Good day and welcome, back with a new unboxing video. Today we're going to take a look at the newest Shoei model, the J-Cruise 3. It should be in this box in front of me, but to be absolutely sure, let's take it out. Welcome back. As I already mentioned, we're going to take the new Shoei J-Cruise 3 out of the box. Now the unboxing itself is usually quite an easy thing. It's just a matter of taking out these bits of cardboard. In this case it has a little manual with some silicone oil, a tool that you're going to need if you want to install the new Sena SRL3 system, and of course some information, and there's some cool stickers in there as well. Put that to one side for now, and then we'll take the helmet out of the box, because apart from that the box is empty. So that goes to one side as well. Open up the helmet bag. Off we go. See what happens. Oh, absolutely lovely. Let's just peel off the visor sticker. Off you go. God bless. And then let's put it down over here. Now, if you've seen the J-Cruise 1 and the J-Cruise 2 before, then you will of course be thinking it looks very similar to those models, because it is very similar to those models. The J-Cruise 2 was quite an upgrade from the 1, and the 3 again adds some nuances that the 2 lacked, and of course it brings the new ECE 2206 certification, which is pretty much happening to all the models right now, because at some point the old certification will be kaput. Now that's not to say you can't ride with those old helmets, but it does mean that the 2206 certification needs to be applied to all new models made and sold. Now if we look at the helmet's design, we can see a very similar design to the previous models. We have the 3 inlets on the top, which can be opened in 2 different notches. Now those are very slight notches, so you might have to get a bit of a feel for that when you're wearing gloves, because it's not a very clear notch, but nevertheless it's handy to have it. And the outlet on the back has been improved so that 70% more air flows out at the back, so that should mean that your head stays much cooler in this new model than on the previous one. Quarter turn to the front and we can have a look at the large visor, which is ideal. As with all open face helmets, it's pretty easy to look anywhere because you have a very wide and large field of view. You know, you're not really missing anything here. So the visor itself is the same as on the J-Cruise 2 and J-Cruise 1, which means you can use any visors you might already own, which is a nice feature. And the base plates on the side are the same as on the J-Cruise 2, and the only thing different from the J-Cruise 1 is that you can open the visor in a ventilation setting, and it's a little bit more supple to move up and down, but apart from that, very similar of course. And you call this a sort of ventilation notch to open it like this. But I mean, it is open, so it's not a massive thing, but it is still nice to have. And apart from that, it looks very similar. We still have, of course, the sun visor, which was on the same as on the previous models. Easy to operate with your left hand, of course, your clutch hand. And the overall design, I'm not seeing any major differences. The weight is around 1400 grams in the smallest shell size. And the biggest update again is probably the 2206 certification. Apart from that, what you see is what you get, and what you're seeing is a very solid, durable, professional helmet which is going to last you a long time and comes with a 5-year factory warranty. As always with Shoei, the outer shell is made from the AIM material, which is a mix of fiberglass and organic fibers to create a strong but lightweight outer shell, which comes in 3 different sizes, and the EPS inner shell also comes in different sizes and is multi-density. So apart from all you see and all you get, there are a few optional things you can do to and with this helmet. One of those being the Shoei personal fitting system, which is something we can do in our shops. We can measure your head in 4 different ways, create a new adjustment with the computer, and then add it to the helmet to create the perfect fit for your head. So that's a custom fitting service. Another thing you can do is install a pin lock, which is not included, but of course the visor is prepared. If you're going to use the helmet all year round, which a lot of people actually do, that's going to be a good thing to have. In the summer, obviously, no issues, but outside of the summer and sometimes in the evening, it can have a little bit of fogging, so a pin lock is a great thing to have then. And last but not least, you can install the SRL3 system. I already mentioned this, but that's an ideal system to install because it's all fully prepared. You can just take off these plates on the side over here, take out the lining, and everything is already prepared. There are channels for the cables and everything like that, so it fits in perfectly. And this is a mesh network system, which means you are chain linked to other riders, not literally of course, and that way you can have a very, very long distance chat with people. Speaking of which, I have a box right here, the Mesh Intercom 2.0, the Shoei SRL3 made by Sena. I'm going to install this system into this helmet, and then I'm going to take it out for a few rides, see what the helmet does, see what the system does, and then I'm going to tell you. Ready to rock.
Well, there's no use prevaricating about the bush. We're going to jump right in. This is 110 kilometers an hour. This is the sound quality of the Shoei or Sena SRL3 system. And the reason we're jumping right in is because I just want to tell you that the audio and the video are not going to be synchronized due to the fact that I could not record them simultaneously. Now, it's a lovely day, 24, 25 degrees Celsius, and we've had a lovely weekend as well, which is quite rare to have such a streak of good weather in the Netherlands, because usually it is shit. 120 kilometers an hour right now. This is the audio quality at 120 kilometers an hour. Now, luckily, I always ride with earplugs, but if you ride without earplugs, this isn't going to be a pleasant ride per se. And this is the quality at 60 kilometers an hour with the visor closed, and this is the quality at 60 kilometers an hour with the visor open. I'm very curious about the difference. I'm hoping it will be good, because to be very honest, the system is not exactly cheap. It is one of the more high-end systems, and that shows in the price. And I'm wondering how the microphone cancels out the wind noise and stuff like that, because when I'm talking on the phone to people on my motorbike, they often don't realise I'm on the motorbike until I tell them, and then they go, "Oh wow, really? I thought you was in car," because of the sound quality. So to be fair, quality has to be pretty good, because I've surprised quite a few people with that already. Now, when it comes to listening to music, which I'm sure a lot of people like to do, including myself, that is not going to be the best experience in any helmet with any system. So considering that, I think that the SRL3 does a good job, does a decent job. The only thing that really annoys me is when you put it at full volume, which, let's be honest, you're going to need to do that when you're riding on the motorway, 100 kilometers an hour and upwards from that, because the wind noise is just, too much to hear the music properly. So you turn it up full blast, and in full blast mode, it goes into some kind of strange extra treble mode or something like that. It does help you to hear the music, but it's not the music experience that you're looking for. If you're anything like me, then you might be a little bit disappointed when you're on the motorway listening to music. So I am a little bit disappointed about that, but the same goes for the Neotech and all the other systems and helmets that I've used. Music on a bike, I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me yet. Maybe in the future. But the quality of intercom, the quality of telephone calls and all stuff like that, I must say that that's not bad. And I'm quite happy with all that.
Thank you very much for watching my unboxing, reviewing, installing and road testing video. I hope that you learned something new, and I hope that you enjoyed watching the video. As always, if you want to do me a big favour, then go down there and hit the thumbs up button. Click the subscribe button if you don't want to miss any of our future content. And if you want to get this helmet, you can find it on FortaMoto.com for €549 for a regular solid colour, or €649 for a special design. Thanks again for watching. I hope to see you again next time in our shops or online. Cheerio and God bless.